Alright, everybody, welcome to the stream. Say, I like fruit salad. Yeah, fruit salad's good. Welcome to the stream. Alright, today I'm just going to be playing around with doing some, compositing. I just have this 3D model here of the ship, which I can start over and show everybody the process of importing this that I go through. But yeah, I was just thought to play around and thought I'd stream it if anyone would like to watch. So yeah, let's get started. I'm going to be using the standalone version of Fusion today, just because it works a little bit faster than the version in Davinci Resolve. Yeah, let me go ahead and save this project right away. Alright, let's just do... Perfect. Okay. And then to import, I'm just going to go File, Import. And if you're using Davinci Resolve, you can go to Fusion and then Import. And I'm going to do FBX Scene. And then this is what I want. I'm just going to... Can I open this? No, I can't. Okay, but the OBJ model. And then I can hit Open. And now it's just going to open that file for me. Let's move this off to the side. Alright, let me turn this off quick. Perfect. Yeah, so I'm just going to hit OK. I like all those default settings that it has, and it will import it with most of the materials. So if you view it, it's huge, the background there. So I'm going to come into the warship, bring the size down to 0.01. Wait, it's even less than that, isn't it? 0.001. So now I can kind of see the spaceship here. Alright, so I'm going to import rest of my textures, because it doesn't import all of them, it just imports all the diffuse textures. But I'm going to want some more. Actually, I'm just going to leave it at diffuse textures for now. It should work just fine. Inside all the warship materials, though, I'm going to come and make sure the color is all set to white. Otherwise, it dims the textures a little bit. There's probably a way around that, but I'm not sure what that is right now. And this isn't that bad. Alright, so I was thinking that I could have the ship like right here and then have like a planet on the side. And maybe like a sun in the background giving a cool lens flare. Not exactly sure. But we'll see. Steve says, please make the live stream available to watch afterwards. Yeah, it will be available. It might be offline for a little bit as YouTube processes it, but then it will be available. So yeah, it'd be great if you could watch it later. Sad that you can't stick around right now. Alright, but yeah, so I'm going to start off by adding in a planet off to the side here. So let's grab a merge node, and I'm going to kind of spread this scene out. And bring a merge node in. There we go. And I can also grab a camera right away. And connect that up, as well as a render node. Like so, okay? Random Gaming says, can you do a tutorial on CG compositing? Yeah, it depends on the type of, like what kind of shot would you like me to composite? And that's kind of what I'm going to do with this shot here. So I think it'd be cool, maybe I can put like an Earth model off to the side here. So I'm going to start off with a shape node. And I'll build this over here. So let's view that. I'm going to add in a merge 3D node for this as well. And I'm going to label stuff. Okay, so now I need to work on textures. So I'm going to use a Ward texture node. And now I need to pull up my Earth textures. So give me 1 second. Should have gotten some of this stuff ready here. But that's fine. Okay. So my diffuse texture, I'm going to input this into the diffuse color. And the Earth model needs to be set to sphere, and I'm gonna give it a huge radius. Let's do like 50. There we go. That's pretty good. Alright. How long will this stream go? I'm not sure. Probably like an hour at least. I'm sure that you like fruit salad too. Now what's with this project? You're working for a client or... I'm just working for fun here. I just thought it'd be cool to do some compositing today. And I thought I'd do a stream out of it. Inside of the word node, I'm going to bring the spread U and spread V up. So it's a circular reflection. And we'll mess around with that in a little bit. Alright, like CG renders from 3D software with different passes and then compositing them on real life footage or stuff like this. Okay. Yeah, I can definitely look into doing some stuff like that. I'll need to get some CG animations and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be cool. Like something out of Blender, you're meaning, right? Or another program like that. Alright, let me just pull up. I'm going to pull up my 3D Earth tutorial actually. I forget exactly how I went ahead and achieved the textures in that, and I just want to do it the same way because I found that was the easiest way when I was working on that tutorial. So let me just pull it up and take a look at my texture setup. Actually, I have a better idea. What I'm going to do is import this here. I just can't find any of the media ins. Okay, so this is my setup from the 3D Earth tutorial that I did. If anybody wants that, I'll send you a link to it. So here is a link to the 3D Earth tutorial. And if you guys want to get the project files, you can do that on my Buy Me a Coffee page or by becoming a member on YouTube. So I don't want the blue haze. I don't need any of that right now. Now I just need to link all the textures up. So let's see. I need the diffuse. Going to get the normal map. And all these textures are from Video Copilot. They have a orb plugin for After Effects, and they provided all these free earth textures that I use. And they look really good, so I would definitely recommend using those. Clinton Man says, sorry. What do you say sorry about? Alright, let's see. I'm going to use the clouds. And finally, the illumination map. Perfect. So now, if I view this, I think this merge is what I want. We have a perfect 3D Earth here. Awesome. That's a lot easier than going through and actually making the whole thing again. So yeah, if anyone wants to do that, I sent the tutorial and you can follow along with that. Alright. And that has the links to all the textures and stuff like that. Now the main question is I need all this down here? This is the, oh no, this is just the stars render. Okay, never mind. Yeah, so we can just have that Earth. Let's disconnect all of this for now. Move that. Give me 1 second. Alright, sorry about that. I'm just going to move all this off to the side because I don't need it right now, but I might need it later. So this is the Earth setup then. See if I can move this over. Alright. Let's see. Then I'll just merge this up with this one and view that. And I'll just add a transform node after this merge. We don't need this camera. And then I can just scale this up like crazy. So we have a really nice Earth. A really big Earth. And then using the transform node from the ship here. Let's see, is that the right one? Let's just try and move it. There we go. I want to put it over by North America here. -90. Alright, cool thing, Jake. You're a video editor or you're currently working another job. I'm currently into 89 subs in my gaming edit YouTube channel. You're such an inspiration for me. Well, thank you. I do a bunch of stuff. So I do like YouTube. I work for video editing, and yeah, all the stuff I do is on the computer right now. I don't do like visual effects stuff for my job, but yeah, like video editing and stuff like that I do. You said your channel is gaming edits. What kind of games do you do? I'm also going to move the lights. Where did I put the lights in the setup? Where did I put the lights? Am I just missing it here? Oh, directional light. Here we go. Alright. I think I need to keep that there. Alright, so I'm going to use a trick. I like to lights, merge. This might work, might not. But I'm going to have all my lights come into this merge and set this to pass through lights. So I can output all the lights to the different nodes that I need lights at. So we'll try that. And we'll see if it works. But then if I put the directional or the lights merge into this one, it'll brighten up the Earth more. That's what I don't like. So can I remove it from there and still get the same result? I think I can. Yeah, there we go. What happens if I take it away from that? No. Yeah, so I need the lights coming into this merge for the city lights that appear. Yeah. So there we go. That's how I want it set up. So I have all the lights coming down to this merge. So now the spaceship is slightly illuminated. I'm going to bring this farther away from the planet and make it even smaller. Should just be moving it with the transform node. Let's make it about that big. Actually be even smaller. I'm just trying to get an idea for scale here, but a ship this big would still be really small up against the Earth. So let's put it so that we can see like Florida in the background, Gulf of Mexico. Just so it's something that's kind of, that you can recognize a little bit more. It's really sensitive right now. Let's see. I need to view this and do Control F. There we go. So now we'll be able to get some cool shots like this with the spaceship, and then you can see the Earth in the background. Alright, so what I'm going to do is right click, do camera, copy point of view to camera 3D1. So if I view the render, it'll see the same thing that we're seeing. There we go. Alright, and now what I want to do is zoom the camera out, way far out, and then adjust the angle of view so it's a tighter angle of view, maybe a little wider. Alright, can you do a video on how to do custom 3D textures? So what do you mean by custom? Like, just assembling them in Fusion or like actually making the textures from scratch. Because making them from scratch I don't exactly know how to do, and I'm sure there's plenty of tutorials on that. But actually putting the textures together in Fusion, like what I've done up here, like I have all these different texture maps that I combine together. Like I could show you how to do that. Yeah. And I know David from Learn How Effects just made a brand new texture plugin for Davinci Resolve. I have not played around with it myself yet. Or I did a little bit, but not much. So I would check that out. I forgot exactly what it's called. Let me find it for you. It makes textures really easy. AccuShader, that's what it's called. And I think it's released now. I hope it's released. Yeah, hopefully it's released and I didn't just spoil it. But yeah, so for assembling in DaVinci, you can just do a ward, use the ward node, and it has like a diffuse input. Here, let me show you. So if you view it, it just has a sphere that you can view the textures. And if you right click the output of a node and drag it to another node, it pops up with all the different inputs in that node. So like I can input a diffuse color. And then for the normal maps, you need to put it into a bump map node for it to work. And then you can put that into the bump map input, right? Then we also have like the glossiness. And I forgot what I put that into. Yeah, the specular color. There. And so that just affects, that's, I can't really pan around, but you can see the reflection isn't as intense on land as it is on the water, right? But yeah, so the AccuShader one, I don't know. Do I have that installed in Fusion? I don't. Let me install that quick, and I can show that to you. Because when I just played around with it a little bit, it seemed really cool. That's not what I want. Okay, so there's the installer. So it's super easy to install. Oh, it can take up to 5 minutes. Wow. This must be a pretty big plugin then. All right, let's see. Let me pull up the chat again. Oh, so you do like freelance work and then you're doing the gaming channel inside until you, or on the side until you can grow that up. Okay. Use DaVinci Resolve. Oh yeah, Matt. Yeah, that's really cool. Well, I hope that channel goes really well for you. All right. CSGO and Apex Legends as well. Okay. Oh, that's cool. Alright, I need to restart Fusion here. Okay, this is one of the really cool things about Fusion, is how fast it restarts. Like, it's crazy how quick it does. Especially compared to like DaVinci Resolve if I wanted to load up a Fusion project. It's actually taking a lot longer this time, but yeah. Yeah, see? Look, I'm already back up in the composition. It's crazy. Makes such a difference. But yeah, so let me try out this AccuShader plugin. I think that's glitched. Huh? It disconnected all my materials. That's really strange. Okay. Anyways, I'm going to add in that node now. Maybe. I'm not sure what I did there. On why I can't add that in. That's kind of weird. Oh, that's because it's called something different. My bad. I'm pretty sure this is it here. Principled BRDF. Yep, that makes sense. Okay, yeah, but this is the node. And it gives you so many more controls to make a better looking texture. So I want to try this quick. So let's say I take a diffuse as the base color. I can take a normal map. Let's see. I think that's displacement material. That's equivalent to. Maybe that's not right. Let's disconnect that. Oh, disconnect that one for now. Yeah, I'm gonna have to play around with this because I don't know exactly what all these are equivalent to. Yeah, I'll definitely play around with that. Anyways, Filmcore Digital, how you doing? I'm doing good, thank you. Having fun, able to do a stream today, which is good. I will definitely keep making interesting videos. Oh, the Earth tutorial. That'll be cool. You'll have to send me that video on Discord and I can check it out. Do I know of any popular movies which have used Davinci Resolve? Yeah, I know a bunch of the Marvel ones have. If you've watched some of those, they're crazy. The amount of visual effects. Yeah, they mainly use Fusion. They actually have a page. Let me pull it up quick. That shows a bunch of the TV shows and stuff that it's in. Okay, let's say I just go on here. Yeah, if you come on the Fusion's page and go to credits. Yeah, so it was used on Alpha, Alice in the Looking Glass, Ant-Man. That's one of the Marvel ones. Looks like it was used in Age of Ultron, Thor, Martian. There's a lot of big movies that it was used on here. It's pretty crazy. Fusion is like, I believe it's the second best compositor. Just under Foundry Nuke. Not just under. But yeah, so yeah, Fusion, and then if you go to the credits section, you can see all the movies that it has. Do you think it's worth getting Fusion standalone if you have DaVinci Resolve? If you have the studio version of DaVinci Resolve, it is included. But otherwise, yes, I definitely think it's worth it. If you go out and buy the studio version of DaVinci Resolve, I think it's worth it just because of how much it speeds it up. If you use Fusion a lot, the standalone version of Fusion is quite a bit faster. So yeah, I like I'm glad that I bought the studio version of DaVinci Resolve. So I am redoing this. I just re-imported this because it all got messed up. Why, I do not know. But I'm just going to paste that setting in and connect this up to the other transform. And hopefully all the textures link back up now. And yep, they did. I just need to come back here and change the color of all of these. But yeah, I definitely think the studio version is worth it for Fusion and all the improvements in Fusion. Alright. Like what films? Yep, I showed those. DaVinci Resolve 17.3. I have that running. I have Fusion 17.3 as well. I looked at the patch notes and it was just for like Windows users, it's just speed improvements pretty much. And they updated something with the mosaic blur. That's only in DaVinci Resolve though. So there's some kind of cool stuff with that. So if you have DaVinci open in the new version, check out the mosaic blur tool. Otherwise, they made it faster for M1 chips, pretty much, on the Apple computers. Yeah, Fusion is pretty crazy, the amount of stuff you can do. PC specs. Mine's kind of outdated now. But I have a Ryzen Threadripper, a 16 core, second generation. I've got 32 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM, and I have a 2080 Ti graphics card. I have all that linked in the description if you'd like to check it out. I was thinking of switching to Sony Vegas Pro. Should I do it? I do not know. I don't know. I've never used Sony Vegas Pro, so I guess that's up to you and what you need for what you do. Personally, I'd say Davinci is a pretty good software to stick with. Oh yeah, my specs are in the description. Wait, you get Fusion Studio with the hour purchase? Yes, you do. So try putting in your code into Fusion Studio. Yeah, I found that out too. I'm like, oh yeah, that's great. It's not really advertised too much, or it wasn't when I bought it. But yeah, I was really happy when I found that out. All right, I'm going to come into the camera. Yeah, I'm in the camera. I'm going to select use target and reset the rotation values. So now I can move the target and just pin this right on the spaceship. There we go, that's pretty good. Yeah, definitely go download it and see if it works. Alright, I'm just going to animate my camera. I just want to see a kind of cool camera shot here. Let's go 100 frames in. And I just want it to move around. The ship isn't lit quite as much as I'd like it to. So I'll have to play with that lighting here. I'll get to that. Okay. So the same Fusion Studio that is used in making the films. Yep, that's what I'm using right now. The same software that is used to make some of those big films. And you can get it for buying DaVinci Resolve Studio. Yep. And if you want, they still have the speed editor deal. So you can get the DaVinci Resolve Speed Editor, DaVinci Resolve 17, and you can get Fusion Studio all for the same price. So it's a really good deal right now. You want to stay DaVinci, but people are saying After Effects and Sony are better. Yeah, I feel like, because most people say Premiere Pro is better than Sony. At least that I've heard. And I prefer DaVinci Resolve over Premiere Pro. But After Effects is better for like motion graphics and animation, like that kind of stuff. But visual effects, Fusion is way better. And you can tell by the fact that it's been used in some of those movies. And After Effects. After Effects is only used for like any motion graphics in movies. Like I know in Star Wars, it was used to make a lot of the new Star Wars movies. It was used a lot to do like the computer graphics and stuff, the holograms. That's what it's called. Oh, what's my favorite node in DaVinci Resolve? That's a hard question. I use a lot of nodes. Probably the most used node would be the merge node, but I don't think that's what you're looking for. What's my favorite node? That's a good one. But it's also really hard. I'm not sure what that would be. Let's see. I just want to get a little render here of this camera movement. So I'm just trying to place these. Okay, while that's going, I'm just going to look through the nodes because I can't think of it. But yeah, I love the merge node because it allows you to merge stuff together, right? Let's see. I love the background node. You can do a lot of stuff with the background node. All the mask stuff is really cool. Let's see. Yeah, I'd have to say my favorite nodes are like the merge node and the background node. Just because the amount of cool stuff you can do with it. And maybe the transform node in there. There's all the essential nodes that you use all the time. I love those. Okay, I think this shot is looking pretty good so far. We'll call that good. I don't really like how the Earth is placed though. Like, it's just not feeling right to me. So I think I'm going to have the spaceship farther away, like coming towards the Earth. And I have the sun behind the Earth or something like that. Let's try that. I'm just going to delete my camera and start over. Alright, so let's grab my spaceship. I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees. And just pull it. Oh, whoops. That's the start key. And I'm just going to move this really far away. There we go. Yeah, so like have a shot like this where the camera's like right here. And the ship is moving towards the Earth and then the sun's off in the background. I think that would be really cool. Alright. Definitely love your channel. One of the first people I saw using Davinci Resolve inspired me to start using it. Well, that's really cool. I'm glad I could help with that. Oh, my least favorite node now. Let's see. That one. So I could either look at it like least favorite, like it's hardest to use, or I don't think it's that useful. Let's see. Oh, keyframe stretcher node. Don't like that node. And the reason being is it's annoying. It's really annoying. So I use keyframe stretchers all the time for presets. I make a lot of presets. So what it's meant to do is stretch the keyframe so you can make your stuff retimable, but it doesn't allow you to make it any shorter. If you want to make it shorter, you have to right click and then do modify with keyframe stretcher, or it's insert, I think, keyframe stretcher, and use a modifier to do it. You can't just do it with a keyframe stretcher node, and that kind of drives me nuts. So yeah, that's probably I don't know if that's my least favorite node. I don't use it because of that. Like I always use the keyframe or the modifier now to solve that issue. But yeah, it's just annoying. All right. Thought I'd make that good old camera. Oh, that's funny. I just said that. Yeah, I did not see that message. It didn't come through for me. That's funny. Yeah, try and predict out what I'm gonna do next then. We'll see how accurate you are here. Okay. Wouldn't those shots be easier to do in 3D specialized software? Yes it would be, but I don't know how to use those softwares. So I'm just gonna use this for now. If someone wants to make me a shot like this and then send it to me for a tutorial or something, I don't know. I'd be fine with that. Alright, so how fast do these ships move? Like, is that too much? We'll do that for now. And then I also need to animate this camera. I should set this to OpenGL render. I think that'll go faster. Oh no, I didn't animate the spaceship. Wow. I hate, that's one of the things I hate. Wait, I did animate it. Where are these keyframes at? Huh. I'm confused now. All I know is the animation didn't work. Alright, let's start right there. And then I'll have the camera just slowly follow it. Maybe look off at like an angle like that. And I'll just do the copy point of view to this again. Alright, we can get a quick preview render of that. Do I use the editor's keys keyboard for Fusion work, or is it mostly useful in cut and edit pages? I use it for Fusion, just because I don't like to switch keyboards. So I just use this keyboard all the time. But it doesn't have any of the Fusion keyboard shortcuts labeled on it. There's not really too many Fusion keyboard shortcuts. It's not worth it to make a keyboard for it. But if you use like Davinci Resolve on the edit page or cut page, it's definitely worth it to buy. If you don't know that many keyboard shortcuts. Plus, I really like the keyboard, so. What are my most used plugins? I was thinking about making a video on that, so I might do it. I would have to say my Motion Essentials plugin. I use that quite often. So that one was almost made more for me than to actually sell. And then I also use the Lens Master flares by Learn Now FX. Which if anyone wants to get that one, I have a discount code for. Either of those I can give you discounts for. And then, oh, Motion Pal. That's the other one. Which again, by Learn Now FX. So I'd say those are my top 3 most used plugins. I might totally be forgetting one. But yeah. Alright, we'll see you later. Thank you for joining the stream. Have a good rest of your day. Okay, I guess you 100% will use the 3D plane or some sort of image of stars. But if you have time, you'll also make a shooting star in the background as well. How about that? Okay, I didn't have the idea about a shooting star, but I'm going to put stars in the background. Yes, you got that part right. Good job. But I'm not going to use a 3D plane for it. I'm going to use a sphere. Like I did in my Earth tutorial. I find that's the best way to do it. Alright, this is the boring part right now. Just waiting to get a little bit of a preview here. Got 2 frames left. That just looks kind of weird. I don't think the camera should be rotating at all. I guess it'll help though if I have stars in the background. So let me go ahead and do those stars quick. And then we'll see how it looks. So I have the stars set up on this side. But I need to import a stars texture. That's the wrong one. Alright, let me find this texture quick. There we go. And now if I import that, we should have stars. There we go. Alright, I'm just going to delete all of that. Not all of it. Let's put this in and see how that looks. I think I'll need to make the shape node a lot bigger, but it could be wrong. Let's zoom out. Oh yeah, that's plenty. Plus I should also enable lighting and shadows right now. There we go. That's looking pretty good already. Let me just... Here, I'll turn off high quality and then play it, and it should go a little faster. Okay, from that point the ship is near the camera until it passes the camera. Maybe do some shake camera. In 3D, it's not a thing in 3D. I guess you could do it. Or I will use it in Davinci Resolve after it is done. Everything is done with keyframes. here is coming to sphere object. Yeah, I just do that because then you can pan around in any direction and still see the stars. Yeah. So here, let's just see how this looks. I don't really want to wait for the entire thing to render again. You know what? I'm just going to tone down the camera rotation and movement here. And I guess just make it like follow the camera a little more. Let's remove all the keyframes. And then just like zoom it in pretty much. Oop. It'd be cool if I switch sides. Nah. There, we're just doing something like that. I think that'll be pretty cool. So then I'll put like the sun. I'll build like some sun up here, or just put a lens flare. Hey, did I mention that as one of the plugins? Lens Master Flares? Yeah, I did. I did mention that. Okay, now it's at the point where it doesn't cache the whole thing. Okay, this camera movement will work for now. Now I want to build like an engine flare. So let me think of how I want to do that. I'm going to need to get a separate render node so I can put all the glow stuff on it. So let's call this spaceship engines. Okay, whatever. And now I want a merge node. Let's see, right there. Perfect. So if I view the spaceship, I'm just going to view the original spaceship here and fit it to the viewer. Perfect. Let me get a drink here. I'll have to give you credits. Okay, I'll do that. You just got the Boris Effects suite for Davinci. Have I messed around with any of those? No. I tried to get access to it, but they said I needed 100,000 subscribers. So yeah, but it's not something I'm willing to pay for. So maybe once I get 100,000 subscribers, I can do it. So if everybody wants to subscribe, so I can get the Boris Effects suite, that'd be really cool. But now what I want to do is put like spheres in each of these engines here, so it shows up down here. Let me do that. So I'm going to make a separate merge node and put a shape in there and make this a sphere. Oh, is this not centered? Shoot. Here, I'm going to come on the X and add that, and then remove it here. And it should be in the same spot, right? Where'd it go? I'm not using any of the right keyboard shortcuts today. Yeah, okay, I'm just going to leave it. Oh my gosh. So here we go. This is the sphere. Perfect. Okay, I got it. Now this might not be the best setup, but it's going to work. Hopefully. So if I put that right in there and just do my best to get it centered. I'll just scale it down a little bit. Perfect. Now I just need to copy this and put it in all of them. And then what I'll use this to drive like the glow. I'll make like a nice engine glow. And then we can also add like a little bit of a lens flare There we go. I don't know if we're gonna need to do the bottom ones. I guess that'd be really easy to do though, because all I need to use is a duplicate node. It looks so complicated. It is not the free version. This is the studio version of Davinci, or of Fusion, standalone version. But everything that I've done so far can be done in the free version of Davinci Resolve. It's just, it won't render as fast and stuff like that. Won't be quite as responsive as mine is. But hey, that's fine. And yeah, no problem. I love showing people this stuff. Mind you, fire doesn't exist in space, so you have to do something realistic, or fire will work. I'm just gonna do a glow. Like, if you've seen Star Wars, I'm just trying to kind of copy their spaceship designs. It's pretty much just a glow at the end of their engines. And you know what? It works. It looks pretty good, so I'm going to use it. Let's see. Why isn't this... Oh, wow. That's just super sensitive. Okay. And if I just make 2 more copies, it should be good. Perfect. I forgot to come in here, and I want to check not affected by lights on all of these. I should have done this right away before I copied it all, but I forgot, so. Alright, now we're going to do a kind of cool trick here. At least I think. Alright, can we do that? Yeah, we won't be able to do exactly what I was thinking. Alright, but what I want to do with this now is bring it over to this merge node and have the camera coming in. So now we have a render that has... We should have a render that just has the... Oh, wait. I need the transformed. Ah, I see. Okay. I need to copy this transform and paste it after this, and now we have it. Perfect. So now since all of these are completely white, what I can do is come after this and do a luma keyer and view it, and then just isolate only the white. So now it has like the part of it's cut out and everything, which is what we want. So if I view the second render, and then I merge this up. Oh wait, I have to merge it up after the render. Duh. There we go. Alright, so now let's add soft glow. Add a really nice glow size. Something like that. And I can actually put all this into a background node. So I can adjust the color. So I could give it like an orange if I want. I think I'm gonna go with a like bright blue though, maybe. How do I want to, how can I achieve that look? Ah, no, I want orange. Like a fiery orange is what I want to get. So, how am I going to do this? Thanks for the info about Davinci Resolve or Fusion Studio. I keep reading everything wrong. Oh yeah, that's cool that you got it working. No problem. You know Star Wars, not finished, movies. You'll watch them all. Yeah, there's a lot of them, and they're good. Alright, I think I'm actually going to keep this more of a white, and then I can add in a color corrector and just tint the glow. I like that better. And I could even make this like a, well, I'm gonna leave it at that. And I might want to also add some like heat distortion. Better idea. Light rays. So, let's see, rays. That's funny. I need it to be in the same direction here, though. I don't know what the best way to do this is going to be. Because, like, this looks pretty good here, if I can fine-tune this. And add some cool light rays coming out of the back. That looks really cool, but the problem is I'd have to animate this. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to add in a shape to this merge. Oh my gosh. Why can't I see it? Perfect. Alright, and I'm just going to set this to sphere. It actually doesn't matter the shape. Alright. And then I'm going to see, all these are in the negative direction, so I'm going to put this at positive 5,000. Alright. And add in a, right after this merge, add a Locator 3D node. And then I can have this shape come into the Locator 3D node. And now I can add an expression and connect it to that position. So now the light rays will always be going in the right direction. Hopefully that makes sense. So now this expression puts the light rays where this shape will be in the 3D scene. But it converts it to 2D. So let's see, I'm just going to make kind of a cool effect here. Yeah, something like that, just some slight light rays. I think that's pretty cool. Alright, I'm going to be taking a real quick bathroom break here. So let me just throw out this slide. And yeah, I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Let me just check the chat here. Alright, so did I take the Davinci courses, or where have I gotten all of my amazing knowledge from? I have not taken any of the official courses or anything. Everything that I figured out is by watching YouTube videos, trial and error, and then some reading of the manual. Like if I wanna, that's how I found out about the Locator 3D node, was through the manual. But most of what I've learned is just me experimenting with features inside of Fusion and Davinci Resolve. More of my Davinci Resolve learning came from some of the few tutorials that existed when I started. Most of those being from like Casey Ferris and people like that, and JRTV. Those were like the two people that did tutorials when I started. But yeah. Nice thing with the CC instead of the BG. Yeah, the cool thing about that is it won't affect anything that is white. So that'll stay white, and I can still give it like an orange tint, right? Obviously the same axis as a ship. Yep. With the engines turned off. No, it's still going towards Earth. It's not there yet. And plus it looks a lot cooler when you actually have the engines. But I think it'd be cool to do a heat distortion. So I do have Mirage installed. Let me figure out the best way to go about doing that. So Mirage is the heat distortion plugin I just did a video on. Made by David from Learn Now Effects. Let's see, how do I want to go about doing this? Because I need it to stay in the same area. So I need it to track. I could take this here. Let me take this output. I'm going to take this output, or even the raise, into a bitmap node. So now I can kind of just shrink this a little bit. Yeah, there we go. There, so we can expand it. Perfect. So now the Mirage node I'll put after. And if anybody wants to get the Mirage node, go head over to my heat distortion video, and there's a 10% off coupon for you there. It's actually JakeWhip10. But yeah, so it's so cool how easy you can do heat distortion with this. You can see it's already affecting the ship. There, if I move it, you can see it a little bit more. Wind speed, I'm going to put in this direction. Or actually no wind speed, because there's no wind in space. Let's bring the evolution rate up. I'm going to bring the distortion scale down a little bit. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Makes it look really hot there. Alright, I'm going to... I want to get a new thumbnail for YouTube here, now that I've actually gotten into the process a little bit. So let me quickly just add in a lens flare. Just a rough lens flare quick. I'm going to redo this. I just want to make a new thumbnail, like I said. So if I just take this flare and put it off to the side here, it'll just add a haze. Okay, let me just save an image quick. Alright, I'm just going to do it there. Thumbnail, I'm going to save it as a PNG or JPEG. Let's do that. Save. Cool. You guys can watch me make my thumbnail here. It's going to be great. Okay, whatever. Create. I'm just going to quickly put something together. Actually, I can use this one, and I'll just replace the background image. So it's the same thing I just quickly put together with this, but below it. Maybe I'll put the text up top. Alright. Not great, not bad either, though. Let's just export this quick. And I'm just going to change the thumbnail. And while I'm working on that, I'm going to quickly do a saver. And I'm just going to set this to JPEG files. Save. Alright, I'm just going to render this out quick. So now we can have a little bit of a preview that we can watch, which will be cool. That'll take just a minute, hopefully. It shouldn't take too long. I'm just going to upload this new thumbnail quick. Boom. Alright, but now I'll also open up Davinci Resolve because I'm going to need that so we can preview this animation. You know what? I don't want to watch that right now because the lens flare is not right and stuff. So let's not do that. Let's just continue building this out. Alright. So now what can I do to improve this? I can work on, for the sun, I think I'm just going to use a lens flare to achieve that. So if I look in here, I'll grab another sphere node and just make it, I'll call it sun. Or not sphere, a shape node. Make it a sphere. I always say that. Oh, and that's the other trick. So if you're using like a shape like this for the stars, what you can do is come to the visibility and cull the front face. Yeah, so you can see through the one face of it. So if you zoom out too far, you can still see whatever's inside of it. It's really helpful. Okay, but this is going to be the sun. So let's just move it off to the side here. And I guess we want that way, way far back. Now, none of this is going to be, like, correct in astrology terms, but hey, who cares? So now I need another locator node. And I'll locate the sun. And then add in a lens flare. And which preset do I want? I can do anamorphic sun, sunshine, sci-fi. Sci-fi sounds cool. I think I'm gonna go with the sunshine one right now. And that's the lens master flares pack. Okay, so now on the global light position, I'll just connect this to the locator 2 position. That's not right. Or maybe it is. Yeah, it is right. Okay. So I just need to move this off screen then pretty much. So it's right there. Perfect. Okay, we'll call that good. So how often do I want to post on YouTube? I want to post once a week. That's my goal. I haven't always been able to do that, especially over the summer when it gets really busy. But my goal is to post once per week. Alright, one more thing. I'm going to add in another locator node and locate this first sphere node from the engine. And then add in another. I'm actually going to build a preset here. So I'm going to start with a glow. Let's add this after. Actually, wait, I'm just going to add in another Lens Master Flares node. And then open the preset builder from that one and add in a glow. Perfect. And this one I will connect to locator 3 position. So now it'll be locked onto this sphere. And global tint I'll just set to be this like orange, this bright orange. And with the glow, I set to use the global tint. Why does it have the size off to the side like that? Am I not supposed to start with the glow? Alright, but let's say I do an anamorphic spot. There we go. That's starting to look kind of cool. The question is, how do I adjust the color? I know you can do it. At least I thought you could. Oh, colors. Here we go. So I want these to all be kind of more of an orangish color. Thank you, Mr. Cool. Love the name. Alright. Normally. A white one. Okay, that's a good idea. Here I can come and actually just change the color of the sunshine. Why isn't that? It has it as orange. I don't see why. Okay, I'll mess with that next. Unless, oh, it's in here probably. Yeah. Let's just set all these to use the global tint. So you were giving me all my space effects here, or space facts. It'll look better yellow. Okay. Well, here, let's do like a blend between the two, like a light, like just has a little bit of yellow. Like that looks good. All right, but back to the spot here. Let's make some of these like white. But then again, also just like a little bit yellow. A little bit orange in this case. And I'm just gonna make them all orange. Perfect. And then the intensity will bring down. We can enable a glow. So we'll just add a very little bit of that. We can adjust the amount of objects if we'd like. Yeah, I love this plugin. It's so much fun. Yeah, if we just bring the intensity down. So if we do a before and after, that just adds so much. Let's do a before and after with these. Yeah, it makes it look so much better. Alright, and then I'm going to come in here and do... I'm going to add in a glass texture. So we can browse this and pick like a texture. Let's do this one. And now it'll just kind of add those like little imperfections. I think I'm going to do the second one instead. Or maybe this one. So it just adds like little imperfections with like in the glass of the camera is what it simulates. Inside of this, I'm just going to come in and play with some of the settings here. So, oh, that's not what I want. Where's the shine? I think this is the one I'm looking for. Oh yeah, the rays. I just want like a couple. Now in space it won't really be too like smoky, kind of like that, but I think it looks cool, so we're gonna do it. Can add like a little bit of shimmer. You can fact check the sun is white in space. Or in space is white. I keep reading things wrong today. What the heck? But yeah, I believe you on that. And now that you mention it, I think I have heard that before. Alright, but I think the spaceship effect is looking pretty cool so far. I do want to mess around with the lighting some more. So where's my directional light? My node tree is a mess right now. I don't like it when it gets like this. Okay, so I want to light this a little bit more accurately. So inside of the directional light, I'm just going to move the Y rotation a little bit. So it's more like that. Like, that's cool. Maybe not that much. Turn auto proxy on, so hopefully it'll update a little faster for me. Yeah, there we go. So how's that angle? The angle's still way off in relation to the sun, but it looks decent here, so that's pretty good. I'm gonna bring the glow intensity down on this just a little. Actually, wait, no, that's probably the lens flare that's causing that, like, peaking. Let's see. That, or I think I'll just bring the tint down a little bit more. Yeah, more like that. Not bad. What keyboard do I use? I use the Davinci Resolve editor keyboard. There's a link in the description as well as a discount code for it. I recommend it to anybody that is using Davinci Resolve. And there's currently a giveaway going for it. I haven't mentioned that. But if you go to this here, let me send you a link. You guys should all enter this giveaway. It's going to be ending on Friday, I believe. There is a link to it. Yeah, it's just for the keyboard that I use. I love it. You just got a pen display for editing, and it saves so much time. Have I ever used one to edit? Your life looks like my node tree. I have not used a pen display, or is that what you called it? Yeah, I have not used one of those. I didn't really think it'd be super useful. I haven't like watched any videos on it or anything. So maybe I'll do that at some point and check it out. Yeah. You never thought of that before? Yeah, how do you use a tablet or like a pen to edit? Yeah. Yeah, it's really interesting. Okay, so now for this, I'm going to need to do like color correction and stuff, which I love. We'll figure this out. So let's say I do a LUT. If I add a LUT, where's the Davinci LUT folder? Maybe I'll do all the color correction in Davinci. Let's just do a color corrector node for now. And we'll add some, well, it's way too much contrast. There, I think that's already looking a little better, yeah. I want to add some film grain for sure. That'll really help it out. Alright, plus I want to get... Oh, whoops. Let me find a lens dirt texture that I can use. Just gonna find one on Google here. Something that looks kind of cool. This one might be a little intense, but we'll try it. Alright, here it is. So now if I merge this up and view it, gotta scale it down. Perfect. And now I forgot exactly how to do this, but I want to apply it wherever it's bright on the screen. So I'm actually going to remove this lens texture and just use the one I found here. So I need to isolate all the bright areas on the screen. So let's say like that. And then I can put this into a bitmap. Wait a minute. There we go. That's what I want. And with this I can expand it and do the soft edge like I did before. Alright, we'll call that good. You know what? I'm going to add a glow to this too, just to expand it even more. I haven't really done too much of this, so not exactly sure what I'm doing. There. And now if I add another merge node and merge the lens texture up, use this as a mask, and set this to screen. Yeah, I guess I kind of have lens dirt. I do want to add a color corrector and just remove all the saturation from it. So I have this. And just add some like little texture to the actual lens. Yeah. Then we can use this to adjust the intensity, so maybe just a little bit. Perfect. I think that's pretty good. What else could I do to improve this? Just trying to think of anything I can add. Yeah, definitely upload a video to your channel. I'd love to watch that. And see if it's worth it for me to use. Does anybody else have any like suggestions on what to add to this? How to improve it? I feel like it's missing something, but I'm not exactly sure what that is yet. Maybe while I wait for you guys, I'm going to actually render this out this time. I'm gonna replace that. Oh, it needs motion blur. My computer's gonna absolutely love this, but yeah. If I enable motion blur, it's just gonna have a little bit to it, but it's gonna look so much better. Alright, rendering. Use an APC 40 MK2 converted to Davinci Resolve Advanced Panel. So I assume that's another one of those pen things. So it sounds like a bunch of people use it. Let me look one of those up. Let's see, what was that? It's APC 40 MK2. Oh, so this is not one of the panels. That's kind of cool actually. So it looks more like an instrument thing. Doesn't really have any good pictures of it. Let's see. Yeah, so how does this work with Davinci? Like, what can you all do with it? Can you program all these buttons? And like, what do the knobs do and stuff? Or do you only use this for like Fairlight? Ableton. Okay. Huh. Alright, hopefully this render doesn't take too long. Use the X Pen Innovator 16. X Pen. What'd you say that was? That's wrong. Okay. Let me just copy this. It'd be for audio work. A waste of money. I guess it depends on the work that you're doing. Might not work for you, but it works for somebody else. What? Oops. Okay. Let's see. Gotta check this thing out. Oh, that's some cool art. 15.6. Oh, so that's really big, actually. I've seen some of the smaller ones. Oh, so you actually see a screen. Okay, I was thinking one of those ones that, like, it doesn't have a screen on it. Yeah. I guess this makes a little more sense now. Oh, it does show render progress, yeah. Oh yeah, it doesn't have a pop-up. It's all down at the bottom here. Where the playhead's at frame 18, so that's the one that's rendering right now. And once it's done with that, it'll move to frame 19. And so on. So it says it'll be done in like 20 minutes. Which is a while to wait. Yeah. I mean, it's pretty good render considering everything that we're doing. But, just a pain to have to wait that long right now. I guess I could always export it as different sequences and composite it together and use this for like a tutorial. You have shortcuts and the wheel is set to scrub the timeline. Oh, that one? Okay. It is wireless though, right? It looks like it is, yeah. So do you have DaVinci Resolve on the screen then? Oh yeah, battery life. Oh, stylus, okay. And how much is this? Okay. Guess it's not terrible. Guess I have to see if I could get that for free. Yeah, I probably did. But like you can just see it here a little bit. It looks so much cooler. So I guess right now I could just turn motion blur off. but I still think it'll take a while to render. So, oh yeah, making it would be a lot easier to mask. So I guess right now I can work on something else. If anybody has anything you guys want me to show you, I can pull it up in Davinci. And mess around with it. It's not wireless. Okay. And you have Davinci Resolve displayed on it. Yeah, so if anybody has any questions for Davinci Resolve, I'd love to answer them if I can. Otherwise, maybe I'll just work on some, like, animations. Why do I have the HSL keyer added to favorites? That was not intentional. Okay. Yeah, I have the speed editor. I just got that like a month or two ago. But it's really nice. I love it. Show my task manager. You just want to see all my processes right now. I have a ton of disks. But yeah, it's using, looks like 60% of my CPU at max, and it's spiking for each frame or something. And then 30% of my GPU. I think my memory is getting maxed out. I really need to upgrade to 64. Because I think if I had this at 64, everything would render a lot faster. I could be wrong, but if anyone knows about that, that'd be nice to know. Because sometimes Fusion will utilize all of my GPU and stuff. But yeah, so that's what it looks like right now. Oh yeah, see? You're mentioning more RAM too, yep. Have the RAM prices come down? That's a question, because I don't want to spend too much for RAM. I have to get the same type. I got the Corsair Vengeance. I'm not sure if it's the fastest RAM, but yeah, it's 2100 megahertz. Millihertz. Yeah, it's megahertz, I think. But yeah, like here it says 2 out of 8 slots. I have 8 slots on my motherboard, so I think I can get up to 128 gigabytes right now. Is the max I can put on my motherboard. Yeah, so maybe I'll have to look at some more RAM. Let me look this up quick. Okay. Here we go. Yep, this is I found the RAM I got. Yeah, so it cost me 250 bucks for it. I'm not sure if that's worth it right now. Oh, but that's for a faster version. So if I got the same version, yeah, 160. Because I guess my memory seems kind of slow. Yeah, alright, I'll have to. Look into purchasing that. It says that I got the 3200 megahertz. But it looks like I paid for the cheaper one. I got the cheaper one, so I think Amazon's just confused. Anyways. I use Windows, it's only for Mac users. Well, it was only for Mac, is that the panel? Oh yeah, yep, that panel. Yep. Need more RAM. I have a fusion thing I've been trying to figure out for a while, but it might not be something it's capable of. Well, yeah, go ahead and let me know, and I will see if I can help you with that. All right, you have a Ryzen 5950X with 96 gigabytes of RAM and a 3080 GPU. That's really good. How many cores does that processor have? Of course you feel like something is missing. Yeah, I do. 64 is needed because whenever you run out of RAM, the CPU has to swap data from the SSD to complete the operation. Yeah, so that's probably why it's spiking so much instead of a constant. I mean, I could be wrong on that, but that might have something to do with it. Alright, the speed editor. Yep, I did get that. Have I forgotten that audio is so important for any video? No, I have not. Are you saying for this spaceship video? Because yeah, I should definitely put some audio sound effects. But all that's going to be done in Davinci. Just drop $400 on 64 gigabyte. Oh, wow. Oh, I think I need sound effects for this. That'd be cool. You know, like a spaceship coming by. RAM's in shortage. Yeah. Well, actually, this one, it says well left in stock. Actually, no, this one isn't well left in stock, but it is slower memory. And it's available right now. Yeah, okay. Let's see. Emulating the depth generator node from Nuke. Depth generator node Nuke. Let me find out what that does. Alright. 24 core, 48 threads. Yeah, it's really nice. The speed editor, look up the Blackmagic Design speed editor. It's a panel for DaVinci Resolve. And if you want to buy that right now, you can also get the studio version of DaVinci Resolve and Fusion included in it. Does it have a picture of it? Okay. So it creates an output, a depth generator. Oh, so this is automatic. Or is this a 3D scene here? The source image? Oh yeah, so it's using a 3D scene and then converting it to the depth information. I have wanted to do that actually. So we can look into that in just a second here. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. 3200 megahertz is, yeah, mine's 2100. Yeah, 2100. Yeah, let's see. It's automatic slash procedural. Okay, but yeah, I was just thinking if it was like taking like a video that you shot on a camera and then making a depth map from it, or if it was taking like the output of a 3D scene inside a Nuke and then making the depth map, which is the second option. Yeah, thanks for stopping by. I'd love to see you on the next one. Thanks for all the comments. Have a great day. Alright, let me think about that though. So we need to export the the depth map, because you can get a Z channel. I know you can get a Z channel, but it's converting that to white and black values. That's the issue. While that's rendering, let's do this in Davinci. So let's say I'm just going to go kind of fast here. I'm going to take a plane, flip it around, and add like a cube. Let's put a cube there. Oh, whoops. Put a cube there, and then copy this and put another cube back farther. Then if I just put a camera, and we'll use this to create a depth. We'll try and create a depth map of this. This should be a pretty simple scene, but we'll see if we can do it. So if I output the Z channel, I'm not sure if there's any way that I can just... Now I need to convert that to those values. I may be able to go into my BIOS and increase the RAM megahertz. Yeah, I could try that. As long as I've solved the camera track. Oh, I see. Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to figure this one out first. And then maybe we can work on the camera track. So there's different zeta disparity. What inputs do we have? We have the camera input. Do I need that? I don't think this is I don't think this one is what I'm looking for. Zeta world position, that might be it. Probably need the camera as well. Because if you look down in the bottom left, it has all the color values and position values, but now it also has the Z value. So I just need to be able to convert that to white and black values. But I'm not sure how to do that. That's the only issue. World. Yeah, maybe I'll reach out to some people and see if we could even have a plugin made that could do that. 'Cause yeah, that'd be so cool to do. All right, I'm thinking that lens grunge texture is a little too much. But it's pretty good for now. But yeah, I'll have to reach out to someone about that. But that would be so cool if you could create depth maps using a 3D camera. I'll show you something right now. Let me just sign in here and get a clip. Alright. So I don't know if you guys have heard of this, but this is Runway ML. Alright. It's like it uses AI and stuff, but it has a depth map tool. You can do like green screen effects in it. I'm sure you've seen it. I think Billy Ripka just did a video on it. Yeah, so I can add this. Let me just test this out here quick. So let me find a video that I can use. Actually, let's take an image from the render that we're doing right now. Let's add this in. I need to select file. Let's add that in and see how it works. If I tried the Z convert fuse. Oh, maybe. Yeah, so let's see if this works. So what it does is it tries to create a depth map using AI. It's really cool. So I don't know how well it's going to work for something like this, but we can try it. Alright, what do you call a whoosh in sound design that goes in and out? Or the in and out effect be made some other way? Not exactly sure what you mean. And this is done. Like a whoosh, like is in like that people use for transitions or like when text comes on screen. Because I just call that a whoosh. That's all. Alright, this is the final scene here. Yeah, so there's way too much of that lens grunge on there. But yeah, otherwise, I think this turned out really good. The heat distortion looks pretty cool too. Yeah, so here, let's try doing another render. I'll bring this way down so it's just a really kind of slight effect. There we go. And I will turn off motion blur. So it should go a lot faster this time. Let me just select a new export location. Export to. I'll call this export2.jpg. And render. This should go significantly faster. Plugin would be nice if Fusion isn't natively capable of it. Oh, is the depth map feature not out yet? Alright, well hopefully that doesn't have to stay a secret, so. But yeah, look how good of a job it did. Like, notice all this. This up here, it got it wrong. But yeah, it's kind of cool how it works. But yeah, hopefully that was fine for me to show you. We'll just keep that between us. Let's see. Let me test out that fuse that you just mentioned. Let me install that. Let's go scripts, reactor, open. He creates a depth map. Okay, let's see, what was it called? Z convert convert Z fuse. That's what it's called. Let's try it. I'll install it. Let's I'm gonna reopen this, restart it. Oh yeah, this render is going a lot faster. I think it's still kind of slow compared to what it would be if I had more RAM. Websites is coming soon. Okay. Hey, early preview to get you hyped for it. I thought that was all out now, so. Z. No, I cannot type. Let's try this. So point to plane, plane to point. I don't know where to even get started on this. Let me add in a video. This will be a cool one to do. Got this off of ArtGrid, which I definitely recommend to anyone that is looking for stock video. And sound effects. We were talking about sound effects. There's a ton of sound effects on Artlist. let's just call this ship, because that's what I'm going to use this project for after. Let's say I track this though. My computer's going to hate me for this though, doing two things at once. I think it'll need camera tracking data, but I could be wrong. Well, maybe not. I don't know. I'm just gonna solve this quick. And then we can try it. I think I missed a reply to my question. The whoosh sound effect, that one? Yeah, I said, like, I wasn't exactly sure what you were meaning, but if you were meaning like a whoosh sound effect, like as in like a transition, like that I use in my videos, yeah, I pretty much just called it whoosh. Yep. I don't know of another name for it. Alright, let's see. Yeah, and I totally forgot to mention, if anyone wants this model, I got it from ProductionCrate, which is like my favorite site. I've done a bunch of videos using it and a bunch of videos sponsored by them. But yeah, they have a ton of really high quality models and they're adding new ones all the time, as well as like all sorts of visual effects elements. I think this is looking really good so far though. But I still think something's missing. Free model? I'm not sure actually if this is on the free. Cause they have paid ones and free ones. But I downloaded this one so long ago. So if you come on their site and let's say I come to space. All these ones are paid because I have the icon, and this one looks really cool. Look at that. Oh, that's so cool. They have like a full-on spaceship. Wow. Oh, and you can build it. That's really cool. Anyways, yeah, so these are all paid ones, but like these planets are free because they don't have the star next to it. But let me find the ship that I was using. And even if you pay for it, it's a pretty affordable subscription. So they'd be in vehicles, I believe. Where is it? Here we go. Space Warship. Yeah, it's a premium model or a pro. Let's see. What is the ProductionCrate pricing? I forgot. It changes. Oh, whoops. It changes a lot, or not a lot, but I'm not sure. Here, let me do it in a private window and then go to it so I can see the actual prices. Okay, $7 a month. So it's really not that bad. Yeah, it's 30% off right now. Because it does change. I have noticed that. Otherwise, the free version, it says $15 here, but that's like a monthly donation, and you don't have to do that. You can uncheck it down here. But you can get more stuff by using that. But yeah, it's super affordable. Let's see, this is almost done, or halfway done. I feel like if I wasn't doing all this in the background, it'd go better. Maybe a lens refraction from the engines as it passes. Yeah, that could be good. You have an arrow that extends away from the camera towards the horizon and reverses back to the camera. Well, if you want to make a reverse whoosh, you can just reverse the actual whoosh sound effect. Yeah, ProductionCrate is awesome. It is renewed for $80 for the year. Yeah. That's a cool thing, is like you just pay once and you get it for a year. And it's pretty affordable, especially when you compare it to stuff like Action VFX. The amount that you'll pay for that, it's pretty crazy. Wait, so is that using the camera tracker? Oh no, it's not even using the camera tracker. So what is this actually doing? Because it's not really creating depth information. It's just making like the darker values transparent. Huh. Free, $15. Yeah, it's really funny. I remember looking at that for the first time. I'm like, wait a minute. Do they know what free means? Huh. Alright, you try compositing for the first time by downloading a 3D Earth model with a bunch of textures for clouds, bump, color, and I had no idea what to do. Yeah, I have a complete tutorial for making a 3D Earth, like what I did here, in this. It's this exact Earth. I pretty much just copied it from this tutorial and pasted it into this scene. Yeah, but I have a full tutorial explaining how to do that. It is a long one though, so it's like 20 minutes. But yeah, this should be done pretty quick here. But yeah, back to this. I'm not sure. And I wonder if... Oh, is it going to crash? No. Okay. Alright. There we go. So I wonder if you can export... point cloud. How could you convert a point cloud to a depth map? I don't know. Alright, you looked into Action VFX, new subscription, and it only allows 5 downloads a month. Wow. Yeah, how much does that cost then? Like, how much are you paying? Because I think ProductionCrate has a limit on its downloads per month. But it's not that, or it's a lot. Or it's a daily download limit. Cool, alright. Yeah, ProductionCrate is really nice. And they have way more elements than Action VFX. Action VFX has some nicer looking stuff. It's all a lot higher quality. But ProductionCrate has a bigger variety. And I I think it looks better. I'm getting a notice that YouTube isn't receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Is it glitching out for anybody? Because my computer was kind of freezing there when I was messing around with Davinci. So I'm wondering if that was it. But hopefully it's fine now. Then the point cloud to the depth map is where I'm stuck. Yeah. How could you do that? 15 a month. Yeah, so 15 a month for 5 downloads. Oh, so it's like $3 a download. Wow, yeah. So if I export this, I wonder if there's some way that I can convert the... Well, no. Can I convert the point cloud to anything? Make renderable? Oh, wait. So you can render the point cloud out. Yeah, that's not going to work, though. Stream looks fine? Okay. That's good. This is almost done. It's got a couple of frames left. One more. Yeah, I'm not at all sure how you would do that. Create a shape at selected points? What's that do? Does it create a shape based on the points? No, that would be cool. Because that's how you would go about doing that. Well, no, you wouldn't, though. But that'd be cool for other reasons. Alright, let's see, this is done. So once this has created that shape, we can go ahead and do that. Alright, give me 1 second here. Alright, I'm back. Okay. Has this? Yeah, I think Davinci crashed. Let me just do a force close of it. Yeah, see? Memory's max. Look at that. I definitely need to upgrade. Alright, let's see. Been heavily debating getting Mocha for mesh tracking. Yeah. That's a good question with the Resolve 18 coming out with it. Well, the Resolve 18 will be probably April of next year. How much does the Boris Effects cost for the mesh tracking? And it depends on what you're using it for. Like if you need it, if we can maybe get a plugin for it. Oh gosh. Look at this. I think it was actually creating a shape. Look at all these node pipes. What the heck? No wonder it crashed. Let's see if we can view that without... What? You can do that. Problem is these aren't all linked, so they all have different sizes. But whoa. That's cool because now we can create like ground maps. If we can figure out a better way to do this. Alright, I'm going to be playing around with that right after we finish this export thing here. Let's view that. Oh yeah, that's significantly better. I think the camera could probably be moving in a little bit more, just to make it more obvious. But that looks pretty good. For how long did I spend? Like 2 hours, less than 2 hours to get this. I think that's pretty good. Let me do another thumbnail for this. Let's say right there. I'm just gonna update it once more. Because yeah, this is what it was at with my last thumbnail. And now this is what it's at here. So, significant improvement. So let's use this new thumbnail. Alright, let me just update this quick. That's a little easier to see. My Windows is freaking out there. I don't know if you can hear my desktop audio sounds. Looks like you can. Sorry about that. Alright. Doesn't the Resolve beta usually last about 4 months prior? Well, with this last Resolve update, they released the beta. Like 17, the beta came out, and then the final version came out. Does that make sense? Holy nodes, yeah, like that was insane. We'll try and recreate that here. So how'd I do that? I'm not exactly sure, to be honest with you. Is there any other rendering engine for Fusion? No, there was not. It's just the render. Most of the 3D rendering stuff you want to do from like Blender or something, and then Fusion's the compositing program. So, like with Fusion, you'd just layer all the 3D exports together. Like you'd render the Earth, and then the sky, and then the ship, like all separate maybe, and then put it all together in Fusion. Yeah. But most of the rendering stuff and shading is done in different softwares. Like a free one would be Blender. Affinity as well. Yeah, I have Photoshop right now, but I prefer Affinity over it. Like I'm just so used to Affinity, and I just got Photoshop again recently, so and because I needed Lightroom, that's why. But let me add in another camera tracker and try and recreate that mess that I just made. Used Mocha a couple of years ago and I really liked it, and then I started using Resolve and my motion tracking needs were almost met without it. You completely dropped Adobe products last year. Yeah, I did like 2 years ago, but I just got Affinity or Lightroom because I haven't found a good alternative to Lightroom. So if anybody else, if you guys know of one, I would appreciate that because I would like to completely stop messing around with the Adobe, or not messing around with paying the Adobe subscription completely. The new lockdown plugin. I haven't checked those out. What do I think of the corrective tools? I haven't played with those. What is it that those things do again? Yeah. I don't remember what those do. But I have heard of them. Yeah, so what I did to get that is, let's say I do this building here. I'm going to try and just do it with this. I just selected all of these, and then I click the create a shape at the selected points. But I want to know how to make a smaller shape. Like there, I just did it again. That one went really fast, wow. But now how do I update the size of all of these at once? That's my only issue. Because otherwise you could create some really cool stuff with this. Let's delete that. Okay. Yeah, I have Luminar as well. I have Luminar and Luminar AI, but it's not anywhere close to as fast. Like the speed, like it takes several seconds, or like 10 to 15 seconds for me to load a photo on this computer, while Lightroom is almost instant. But yeah, I tried Luminar. Both the Luminar 4 and the, what's it called? AI. Is there a 3D expand / contract node? I don't believe so. Let's play around with this and see. 3D. Yeah. I don't see anything. What are the other options up here? Oh, you can create a locator. That's actually a cool feature. So like if I have... So if I just click on this node here, can I do that from up here? Or do I actually need to find it in 3D? So let's say I click on this one. Yeah, this one. And make a locator. Why did it put it all the way down here? Alright, I'm going to cut that and then paste it. Oh, so it's a point that I can locate. Gotcha. Huh, that's interesting. Use Darktable? Okay. I'll have to keep that in mind. But yeah, I haven't heard of that before. Alright, let's see. Let me just do a quick search here. see if there's any way that I can set this up. Oh. Let's try this. This might work. So if I export, let's say I look at this and do the Z channel. And add in a channel boolean. And then on this to Z buffer, it was luminance. Is that what it said? How can I do that? Let's see. What if you did all these as Z coverage? Yeah, that's not right. Z normal. Could that be it? No, I don't think so. Z position. Oh, but do I need Z position background? Yeah, here. Maybe if I put in a background node like this. Like that. Is this what I'm supposed to do? Is anybody else seeing anything that I could do here? Oh wait, I don't think this is the right spot that I need to be in though. Let me go back to this article. I should just read this. Okay, it says that's 3D. I just want channel boolean. It has all this at do nothing. So let's set this to do nothing. Or this might be applying, yeah, I think this is going to be applying one of the, like a depth map to it. Has it set to luminance foreground, but I'm not sure what that is. Because I don't think it's lightness. I'm not sure here. What do I hope for in 18? Also, when do you think it will be released? I haven't really thought too much about what I'd like to see in 18. Of course, I'd like to see speed improvements. Let's see though. Yeah, just mainly speed improvements, and then I have actually thought of some features that I thought would be cool. Like what I'm trying to figure out now, if it's not already possible, I'd love to be able to extract Z information. What else might I want to see? Let me think here. It'd be cool to see them just keep improving, or adding more fusion nodes. I don't have any in mind right now. But oh yeah, it'd be cool if they did like a surface tracker. Like I know all the Mocha programs have it. So you can actually track a surface like a t-shirt. And have it apply. Oh yeah, mesh tracking. There we go. AI depth mapping. Yep. Let me do another search here. Black Magic Fusion. Okay. Because I think you can click. No, that's not how it works. Yeah, that's what you want right there. Look at that. The question is how to export that. Support for some extra codecs. That could be nice. I think it has some pretty good support right now, though. All right. Okay, it looks like you can set it up. It looks like this is possible, actually, to extract the depth information. If I use a channel boolean. Let me try this again. Set this to copy, and then this to Z buffer. I gotta view this as color. Is that what I want? I think this is what I want right now. Just quickly going through a little tutorial here. So then using brightness and contrast. Yeah, it might be possible with this. He said to like -13. Oh wow, but look at that. I guess it's kind of doing it. Let me check I think you need to look at the depth information. So -400 and -0.7. Is that what I want to do? No, definitely not. But I'm kind of able to get Z information here. Yeah, I'm not sure. Hey, the creative modeler, welcome. How's it going? We're trying to figure out how to convert, like, how to export a Z channel from Davinci Resolve. So I want to, like, I can view the Z channel by hitting Z on my keyboard. But the question is outputting that as a, like, to render that. So yeah, if you have any ideas for that, that would be nice. I wonder if I use a bitmap if I can do it. Yeah, there we go. So that's a Z channel. These look very similar. I think that'll work. Look at that. Yeah, that'll work. So that's how you set it up. You take a channel, or you need the render 3D node to be outputting a Z channel. And in the channel boolean, you set it to the alpha to Z buffer, foreground. And then with a bitmap node, and well, you just put a bitmap node there. And then you can put that into a background node to actually render it out. But you need to set this to be white. Yeah, just like that though. That's pretty cool. Hey, I'm pretty good. How about you? Hopefully you're doing good. And hello again. Welcome back. Yeah, so now the question would be to how to actually use this. Like if I wanted to use it in a depth blur node. Like, let's say I have that come in as the input and this come in as the blur image. Here, I need to merge this up like that. Okay. So let's say I view it like so, and then have this come in as the blur image. Will this work? I don't think it will. It's definitely not working. Yeah. I'll have to figure out how to use that. Yeah, now the geometry projection, yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure how to go about doing that. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'll have to think about that. But yeah, just going back to this, I think this render turned out pretty good. We were able to figure out some new stuff in this stream. But yeah, I think I'm gonna be done for today then. I definitely want to do some more streams in the future. So if you guys could all let me know what days and like what times would work best for streaming, like that you guys would all be available, and hopefully I can kind of go along with that and stream at those times. But yeah, so if you guys could let me know that. I just gotta wait for the stream delay here. But yeah. That shape form point thing you found is a big step though. Yeah, I hope it is. Now it's just we gotta figure out how to adjust all those shapes at the same time, like the size of it. Oh, actually. Never mind. We'll do that later. Tuesday, same time. Let's see what time did I start at. In the afternoon? Okay. I'm not sure when I'll be able to do it yet. I might not be able to do it in the next week. It's just down the road. Like, when are you usually able to join a stream, I guess? What's the highest chance of you being able to watch? But yeah, I think I'm going to end the stream. I can stay in the chat for a little bit if anybody has any questions, or just keep that open. But yeah, I hope you guys all have a good rest of your Sunday. I will see you guys next time for another stream or video. Have a good day.